Alright lads, so today we are jumping into March Limit Breaker quest, and the team that we are going to be using today will change it up a few times, more so in regards to slot number 1. I want to try 3 different characters in today's video: Soifon, Shinji, and also Oetsu. This current Limit Breaker quest is going to be a tad bit awkward since they do want you to bring 2 power units, and power as an attribute has some decent characters, but nothing super crazy to kind of brute force your way through it, even if we are using it in this video, some of the better characters. So for team number 1, we are using Soifon. We want to bring a power melee unit. If they have no affiliation killer, even better. With that in mind, we're going with these 3 accessories, and then for the soul traits, we're going with a good mixture of free charge and also full stamina. My Soifon is 2-5, and the main reason why we are bringing it, by the way, is because we do get the stamina recovery, we get the team boost, and we also do get the recharge in between stages for all our characters. So we get the spam a strong attack, as many as we want, the second we enter a new stage. Senjumaru I'm using because I like Senjumaru and I want to use her, but she herself is also a power melee unit. And in this case, while we would never have killer in Limit Breaker, we are going against Soipers, which does mean we have our increased status element chance, which is great for her because she can inflict all her status elements on the enemies. For the build, it's the exact same. Again, when you are using 2 power characters, you kind of have to, spread your accessories evenly and also linked more so. So this is what I'm using on Senjumaru, similar to Soifon, SP, and also a Focus with full stam and also long tread as bonus abilities. And then lastly, Ishin. I mean, Ishin has been one of the greatest Limit Breaker characters to date. The main reason is because of that really high damage output, but most importantly, the burn and last rate, which allows us to do a lot of damage just from status elements alone. And in this case, with the enemies being Heart Quincy's, yeah, it's a very easy pick with Ishin, so we're going with the exact same build there. And then again, it's similar enough links. 1-5, so level 10 SP with full stam and long tread as bonus abilities. With that said, let's jump into our first attempt. Alright then, so let's see how this does go. Looking at room number 1. Straight simple enough for us to use 2 strong attacks there. Now again, we can't spam our strong attacks until Soifon is ready. I believe it's going to take her until 3 rooms for her to activate that skill where we can get recharge in between stages. Let's use that. Go here into the 1. Lovely. I'm pretty sure status element-wise we're relatively good. I think Senjumaru and Ishin are immune to their status elements. Soifon has to be a tad bit careful with that burn. But Ishin right now is definitely going to be our carry. 100%. His stage will be relatively fast with Soifon. We'll find out now, I guess. Let's use that SA1 into the 3. This is where it gets a bit awkward because some characters will get inflicted with weakening, which then lets us do 50% more damage, but others won't, And no poise break does make it a tad bit awkward too. We gotta make sure we don't take any damage. And these enemies can be quite tricky to deal with. Kind of. It's going decent thus far. Damage ain't too bad. We're probably gonna use our Sobom next time we get the Soifon. Lucky for Soifon being a really fast character with all the flash steps she has. That wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. So going into Senju. Probably save the SA3 for this stage, for this phase of enemies. Because we do want to inflict the lacerate, right? You can see that it's doing 240k per tick. Might as well use our normal attacks too, right? Because that can inflict burn. So we kind of want to stack both. Like that, for example. So it's a bit, a different strategy when it comes to using Senjumaru. I kind of now like we're using it here, that we actually can inflict burn on the normal attack. That's actually really good. Going into Ishin. Let's see how this goes. Probably shouldn't have used the SA2, but we have an increased status element chance. We're chilling. Yeah, look at that damage difference. Even though we don't have the range damage bonus, we're relatively fine. Look at that. Okay, so far so good. We're probably going to use our Soul Bomb on Soifon's next stage. Next poise stage at least. And just hopefully rely on the lacerate and burn to take care of the poised enemies with Senjumaru. And that's kind of like the most unfortunate part with Senjumaru's strong attacks. Oh, not strong attacks, killer effects. Because I really would love to use a Limit Breaker more often. Because that one attempt there wasn't too bad. I'd use that SA1. I didn't want to use my SA2 just yet. Although I probably should have done it. Here we go. SA1 into the 2. Might as well use the 1 again. Why not? Then 3. Alright, so okay, next stage is the poised enemy. Going into stage 16. Hopefully we do enough damage with the Sobom. That's SA2. Soul Bomb. That's so funny having that sound effect right after using a Soul Bomb. Like, it sounded like it did nothing. Decent damage. That's a weakened defense applied too. Let's use our EX. That, I think the EX attack has a high chance to inflict status limits. Because they all got inflicted there. Even though we do not have an increased status limit chance. Which is good to know, to be fair. Status procs are looking pretty good here, though. I think with Soifun, if you are using her, you have to reset a tad bit to get lucky. Let's use that SA1. Into the corner. SA3 does not kill, but surely the SA1 does. For most of them, it did. It did. Alright, just a few more attacks. 3 attacks that come back at the same time. There we go. SA3 finishes up there. SA2, and then here, SA3. Maz use our EX attack. Now, we got inflicted by weakening, that's fine. We just want to inflict status elements. Yeah, look at that. That's not too bad with Senju then, if you just rely on the burn and lacerate. Look at that. Okay. I'm relatively impressed with Senjumara, in all honesty. We are kind of short on time, though. I think we need to replace Soifun. Again, Ishin being the GOAT. Look at that. Can we still get into 22 at least? Okay, not quite. Decent. Into the 1. Gonna have to use 2 strong attacks for them. 1 shot with the SA3. SA3. Unfortunately, Soifun surprisingly brought us down there, but we were able to at least get into stage 21. So yeah, honestly, first impressions, at least from using this team, Ishin must have, in my opinion. I mean, I guess you could use Retsu, but I'll honestly be very surprised if Retsu's even better than Ishin here. Senju weren't too bad on her stage, to be honest. We were somehow, granted, we did use the EX attack, but 25 seconds on stage 17 isn't bad. It's just stage 1 that is like E. We need to use someone else. We need to use someone else. And the change we made for our second run is using Shinji. And unfortunately, I messed my strong attack already. That's great. Off to a terrible start, but we'll keep it going. So the build is the exact same. We're just going with full stamina and also long stride as the bonus abilities. Now, one real funny thing that you're going to see with Shinji in this particular run, and why it's low-key contradictory, the skills that he does get. You're going to see here, he has Dominate, right? Now, Dominate, when inflicted, means that the status elements or the enemies don't attack you, right? They start attacking each other. But since Shinji has Poise Break, you're quite literally not going to see them attack each other unless you purposely stop attacking, which I guess does happen a few times when you have like strong attacks that need to recharge. But when compared to Giselle, the Dominate is not nearly as dominant, if that makes sense. Because you're going to see, like, we just knocked them over. Which is still good. I mean, Dominate itself still comes like 100% more damage, so it's kind of fine. But you'll notice, like, you don't even get to see the Dominate effect in play, which is kind of funny. So with Senju, we're doing the same strat. Inflict them all with status elements, and then just inflict them with burn. Again, we'd really love to see a character like Senju designed specifically for Limit Breaker. I think it'd be a really fun unit. And that next character, I'm not sure who it could be. There's not many characters out there, at least canon ones, that would make sense to inflict all these status elements. Like a seasonal being able to do this would make sense. It's a seasonal. They can be anything. Maybe Bankai Rose. That'd be kind of cool. Right, back up. Make sure these enemies don't hit us because they can lunge at you quite far. Let the SA2 finish up. There we go. So we're looking pretty good on time right now. Stuart also have the EX attacks from Senju and Shinji. Now Senju is more important because it does give us a boost in debuff. With Shinji's EX attack, it's more so just to inflict Dominate. Like, it does some decent damage, but the main thing is that it has like a very high chance to inflict Dominate. Which, to be fair, for us right now, it doesn't even matter because we have an increased chance already. So I think with Dominate, I think it should be affected by the skill, the increased status element chance. So I think he has like a 50% chance to inflict Dominate. I don't know if that takes into effect the extra chance though. Or the increased status chance. Alright, SA 3 there. Finish up with the 1. And then this is the next stage, right? The question is, when do I want to use my summon? Probably next time we get into Shinji. So we might as well use the EX. Just do some extra bit of damage. Group them all together, and then let's just see them attack each other. There we go. Some decent damage, right? Decent damage as we wait for our strong attacks to recover. Let's use our SA1 here. Actually, one shot, okay. Go here, SA3. Might as well group them all together. Use the EX. Make sure we inflict burn on all of them. This top one didn't get inflicted. Yeah, I really like the idea that the burn is on her normal attack. And ironically, probably the best case scenario. Alright, here we go. Really good on time right now. Not so much actually. We can be better. We can be better. Let's go here. SA3. Goes all the way out. 2 does the damage. Really, man, Ishin is clearing so fast for not even having that range damage bonus. He is such a beast. Okay, I was about to say I missed the SA2, but I didn't know these enemies already spawned in. Right, can we make it into 25? This one's very tight. SA2 is still one-shotting. Luckily, no one thus far is taking damage, because if we did, the run would be over. Having to use 3 strong attacks there, unfortunately. Gonna be a tad bit slow on this stage, unfortunately. But Shinji we don't need to use again, so we can, like, use all the attacks here. Yeah, can I even make it to 25 with this team? That's kind of mad, is it not? I guess it's Senju slowing us down a bit. Because 17 seconds to spare, that's not... It's not a lot of time. I don't even get to use my Soul Bomb. Guess I can use it now. That's surprising, I'm not gonna lie. Like, even we're like, then again, I don't have the best team possible because we are slacking on slot 2, but we were only able to get 24. I think in my own time, I will try and get into 25. I just want to do one attempt with these characters. But yeah, Shinji was fast. I mean, like, we were clearing 20 seconds max on his boy stage. It's the Senju stage that's a tad bit slower there. I mean, stage 17, we cleared 5 seconds slower, so we can actually save at 5 seconds at the very least. Funny enough, with Ishin, you can notice here that his boy stage 9 and also 18, even though nothing changed in terms of us using a Soul Bomb or anything, we were actually still relatively same time, which is actually really cool to see. So that is our second team. Let's change it up once more. This time, we are using Oetsu. I want to see how he is going to perform since he is going to get the melee damage and also killer effects. Even though we do have attribute disadvantage, it's Oetsu. If there's one character to still be good, it probably is going to be him. Consistent damage output, and also most importantly, because of the gauge effects, we can kind of just spam strong attacks. So let's see how this does actually go using Oetsu in slot number 1. Alright then, so let's see how it does go. So I think one of the best parts about using Oetsu, we actually one-shot there, okay. In the sense that, you know, maybe you don't have enough good accessories or links to power up 2 power characters and have them be on the same team. Maybe you don't have access to 2 good power units, right? That's where Oetsu can come in and save you the need of trying to use 2 power units. So if you only have someone like Senju or Mugetsu, use them in slot 1 or slot 2, and then use Oetsu in slot 1, right? Now, Oetsu is going to clear very fast on the easy stages. Once you get to the poison enemies, that's when it's going to slow down a tad bit. Do we not have like a bunch of strong attacks? Actually, I mean, to be fair, we are going to still do some pretty decent damage here. One would hope, at least. Might as well use our EX. Yeah, it definitely slows down a bit here, but thanks to the poise, we kind of just keep them all in the corner. Okay, he just come back. Let's push him up. We don't want him to be separated from the pack. I mean, it's not bad, to be honest. Like, considering the fact that we actually disadvantage, and he's only 1-5. If you had the focus slot, it wouldn't be too bad. Okay, now this enemy's taking the mic. It's like, oh, there we go. Alright, we're definitely slower though. This is a tough one. It really is. Alright, we got our lacerate and freeze. Let's freeze again. Or we paralyze now. And just psyching all the stars on it here. SA1 into 2. Burn has been blocked. It's always the left one that's like last to die. Okay, here we go. SA2 on there. Grab the box. That recovers our strong attacks. SA3. I need to pay attention to the damage that Ishin's doing here on the status augments. It's definitely going to be millions in the later stages. So yeah, we're still one-shot. It's just those last enemies that are a bit annoying. The poised ones. It's always them, to be honest. It's always them. They be having way too much HP. Alright, nice. What's SA3? Nicely, we're still one-shotting them, though. Mars used the 3 there. Hopefully, remember, don't get inflicted with weakening there. That will slow you down by like 5 seconds. So, Oetsu can inflict weakened defense. That's going to be pretty decent for this stage. Let's back up. Let's not make sure we don't make any mistakes here. Bit too many strong attacks that I had to use there. Should be fine, though. Push them all back. Gauge activates again. Mars use the EX. Halfway through. This is rough. I think you have to focus though. If you add Basby in slot 2, like the added time that you're spending here, you save with Basby, right? It's not going bad though. It's not bad. It could be worse. At least we keep him consistently in the corner. Except now, unfortunately. But look how much we spammed our strong attacks there, though. That was actually really good. Now there's the weird part, because they're all split up. But there we go. There we go. Oetsu brute forcing his way through it. You'll love to see it. Bit awkward here, because we have, like, no strong attack already. There we go. Decent. Unfortunately, I was weakened there. Make sure you inflict that burn. There we go. I honestly did not think it'd be this bad after seeing the rules. Oh, that sucks. That might have ruined the run on the last second. But to be fair, I don't think we're getting any further than this. This one's rough. I mean, Soifon didn't seem too bad, to be fair. So it looks like Soifon with Getsu is your best bet for slot 1. If you do not have Shinji. But other than that, it's definitely a rough one. Definitely a rough one. But at least we made it to 20 with this team. I mean, we didn't quite make it to 20 because I took damage there. But this team can definitely at least get to the Rainbow Badge, which therefore is stage 20, right? If we had like 5 seconds to spare, we would have been fine. We could have cleared a bit faster with Senjumaru there on stage 17. Again, 43. Even though we've changed slot number 1, nothing changed with slot 2. So we cleared like 20 seconds slower than usual. So we would have had plenty of time to at least get into like 22 and get all the rewards of this team. So yeah, unironically, you definitely can give Oetsu a try. Not the most optimal character in slot 1, but good enough to at least get you to Diamond or Rainbow if you have good enough team and accessories. But yeah, now looking at it, I think being forced to use 2 power characters does suck a tad bit, especially when the power units themselves aren't really like the super greatest. If it was any other attribute, we probably would have been fine, more fine, because most attributes have access to some really good powerhouses. And Power has some good characters against Senju, Soifon, Mugetsu, but could be bad. Could be bad. But with that said, nonetheless, we did get into stage 22, where we do get all the rewards. I mean, the most important rewards here are stage 7, right? 3 and 7 get you the orbs. That's the most important part. Anything else is extra. In my case, though, we did get to 22, so we are getting the, I think, 530k Transcendence points. Gladly will take those. Unfortunately, though, for me right now, I don't really have anyone to work on, unironically. I mean, even though I did go ahead and max transcend a lot of characters, I'm pretty satisfied with all my characters' 6 slots. So currently right now I'm sitting on 2.5 million. I guess we're going to continue to stack up those points until I start to max transcend some characters, which will eventually happen. I mean, I do have some pretty good amount of rainbow sources and just normal sources in general. But until we get like a really cool unit that I really want to max transcend, not going to be using those anytime soon. But with that said, that was the video for today. In the comments below, let me know how far you'd like to get. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.